Got them written down? Because they're going to go away, and I want you to be able to know what they are. All right. We are going to match the situation to an equation. We're going to find the solution to each equation by using the tape diagram to reason our way out of it. And you're going to tell me, what does the solution tell you about the situation? What is a solution? The answer that makes the equation true. The value that makes the equation true. All right, so we have Diego has 7 packs of markers. Each pack has X markers in it. After Lynn gives him 9 more markers, he has a total of 30 markers. So which equation would you use?
The second one.
The second one? The 30 equals 9x plus 7?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it already has 7 packs. Each pack had a unknown amount.
Okay, so x is what's x representing? Unknown amount where?
In the
7 packs of them.
How many markers are in each pack?
In each pack, in one pack, okay? Not all of the markers together in each pack, okay? What does the 9 represent?
how many more markers?
Okay, and what does the 30 represent?
The total.
Good.
So do we write that equation down?
So which equation do we come up with? We came up with 7x plus 9 equals 30. Is that the same thing? That is the way it's written. Well, you said the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 x's.
I realized.
Okay, and 9. All right, are we good? All right. Now, how would we solve this? Well, let's look at the tape diagram. What do you think our first step is going to be? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Don't hit enter. What's our first step going to be? Are we going to add, subtract, divide, or multiply first? What do you think? Everybody put it in the chat, and I will check the chat to see if y'all are participating. Okay, go. Hit enter. All right, I got a divide and an add and a subtract and another divide. Okay. All right, and somebody didn't know. That's fine. That's why we're here to learn. Got a subtract and a divide. Okay. If we divided first, are all of these blocks equal?
No.
So can we divide 30 by 8?
No.
No, that wouldn't do us any good, would it? Okay, if we divide 30 by 7, that would be fine if that 9 wasn't there, right? So what do we need to get rid of first?
The 9.
The 9. So it's positive 9. What makes 0? Negative 9, which is the same thing as subtracting 9. So if I subtract 9 here, to keep it still equal to each other, I have to do what here? Subtract 9.
This isn't the practice problem.
No, these are not the practice problems. These are from the slides. All right, so now what would you do?
Divide by 7.
Now you would divide by 7 because now you have 7x
Which are all
equals
equal.
21 and they're all equal. So now we can take that 21, divide it by 7, and that gives us 3. Okay, what does that 3 mean in this story?
3 markers in each pack.
There you go. Awesome job. Okay, next one. Elena is cutting, and that should be a 30-foot piece of ribbon for a craft project. She cuts off 7 feet and then cuts the remaining piece into 9 equal lengths of x feet each. Which equation do you think it is? A, B, or C? Up there, A, B, or C. Put it in the chat. Do not hit enter. All right, who needs more time? Hit enter. Okay, I got all three answers again. What do you see here? Because this represents that.
I see 9x's.
9 x's. Where does the 9 x's come from?
9.
9 equal lengths of x feet each. Okay, x feet, and there are 9 of them. What does the 7 represent?
She cuts off 7.
The 7 she started cutting off, right? Okay, so all this together equals 30. And she cuts off 9 and she has, I'm sorry, she cuts off 7 and she has 9. She splits it up into 9 equal parts. Okay, so what equation is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9x plus 7 equals 30. Okay, now how are we going to solve that? Somebody other than Jahan, you've done the last couple of them. Haley, how about you try it? Do you want a consensus from the class whether you add, subtract, multiply, or divide first? Do you want to get an opinion? All right, let's give her an opinion. Add, subtract, multiply, or divide first. Put it in the chat. What do you think you're going to do first? Add. All you got to put in is add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Who needs more time? Okay, enter. Oh, I got a whole bunch of subtract. So what do you think, Haley? What are we going to subtract?
7 minus 30. Or 30 minus 7.
30 minus 7, because we want to take this out so that we have even here, right? So if I take away 7 here, I've got to take away 7 there, and I can't subtract apparently. Let's try that again. Okay, now what are you going to do?
Divide that by the amount of x's there.
And there were 9 of them, so take out your calculators and do 23 divided by 9. Tell me what that equals approximately. We'll go with that.
2.6.
2.6, yeah, we'll round it to the 10th. So what does that 2.6 mean in terms of this story?
2.6
Yeah, x equals 2.6, but what does it mean in terms of this story?
Each piece of wood is 2.6 feet long.
There you go. Each of the 9 pieces is about 2.6 feet long. Good job. Those of you that don't like tape diagrams, getting a little bit better? Okay. Okay, the tape diagram shows you what to do first. All right, let's look at the next one. A construction manager weighs a bundle of 9 identical bricks and a 7-pound concrete block. The bundle weighs 30 pounds. All right, so why does this represent that? What is X standing for in this case?
A 7-pound concrete block.
Is it? What is X standing for? The 9
Oh wait,
bricks.
not-
Do we know how much they weigh? So is X the weight of each brick?
Yeah.
Okay, what is the 7?
A pound of
It's
concrete.
the 7-pound concrete block.
And this 30 is 30 what?
Pounds.
Pounds. Okay, that's total. All right, so which equation is that? A, B, or C? Put it in the chat. Hit enter. Still got all 3 answers. Okay. What do you see here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 X's, right? What do we do to the 9 X's? We added on a piece of 7, right?
To equal 30, so.
And it equals 30.
It would be B.
So it's B. 9x plus 7 equals 30. Does it matter that it's written 30 equals 9x plus 7? No. Okay? All right, so now we're good with the equation. Okay, how are we gonna solve that? Oh, we already solved this one, didn't we?
Yes.
What did we get?
2.6.
2.6, so what does that mean in terms of this story?
Each bundle, each identical, 9 brick bundle, or bricks, each weigh 2.6.
2.6 what?
Pounds.
Pounds. Each brick weighs about 2.6 pounds. Awesome. Okay, next one. A skating rink charges a group rate of $9 plus a fee to rent each pair of skates. The family rents 7 pairs of skates and pays a total of $30. What is X representing? Leon, any idea what X is representing?
7.
7.
The amounts that.
No, wait a minute. 7 what?
7 pairs of skates.
There are 7 X's. Okay? So it's not representing the number of skates because we know they rented 7 pairs of skates. So we know that number. What is the X representing? You're on the right track. You are oh so close. What are we dealing with? This is $9. This is $30. So do you think all these are going to be dollars? And we have 9 of them. No, I'm sorry, 7 of them. So what is X representing?
$7.
No, not $7. Haley?
How much each pair of skates cost?
How much each pair of skates cost? Do you see it now? Okay, okay. This takes a little while. This is hard. I get that. The more you do it, the easier it's going to get. Okay? All right. What do you see here? Okay, tell me which equation. Put it in the chat. A, B, or C? Hit enter. Go. Yay, we got a consensus. 7x plus 9 equals 30. Way to go. All right, we already solved this one, right?
Equals 3.
So, it equals 3. So what does that mean in terms of this story, DeLeon? If x equals 3, what does that mean in terms of this story? What did Haley tell you x stood for? Tell him.
How much money?
How much money for what?
Miss Laird, did you say my name?
No. How much money for what?
Skate.
For 1 pair of skates, right? So, what does that 3 mean? If X is the cost of a pair, to rent a pair of skates, what does 3 mean? If X equals 3, what does that mean? Do you need Haley to tell you what X represents again? Listen to her. Tell him again.
X equals how much it costs for each pair of skates.
So what does the 3 mean? When we solve this, we get X equals 3. What does that 3 mean?
How much?
What does X stand for? What is X standing for in this problem?
How much money 1 pair of skates is?
Okay, so how much is 1 pair of skates? What's the value of X?
3.
So how much is 1 pair of skates?
$3.
There you go. You got it. It costs $3 to rent a pair of skates. Good job. Thank you for hanging in there. Okay? All right, Andre bakes 9 pans of brownies. He donates 7 pans to the school bake sale and keeps the rest to divide equally among his class of 30 students. Which equation is that? Put it in the chat, A, B, or C. Hit enter, go. On your way, you probably can't see. There you go, good job. 30x plus 7 equals 9. Okay, how are we gonna solve this one? We haven't solved this one yet. What are we gonna do first, Rachel? What do you think?
I would say that, honestly, I don't know.
Okay, you want a consensus from your teammates? Okay, you want to ask a teammate? All right, let's ask the teammates. What should she do first? Add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Go. Put it in the chat. Hit enter. So what are they telling you to do?
I've only gotten 2 people, and we got everyone.
They're
but-
sending it to you directly, not to
Yeah.
everyone.
Oh, I don't have it set for everyone?
No, you do. They're just clicking on send it to you.
Oh, okay, I want you to send it to everyone. I want everybody to see it.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, so what are they telling you to do? Subtract. What are you going to subtract? Because we want this to go away. We want this to be by itself, and we want that to go away. So we're going to subtract the 7. If I subtract it there, what do I have to do here? Subtract it, so he only has 2 pans left. Does that make sense? Yeah, if he gives away 7, how many does he have left? 2. So he walks into class with 2 pans.
He divides it by 30.
Are we going to divide 2 by 30 or 30 by 2? 2 by 30. Okay, can I just reduce this? So how much of the pan does each person get? 1/15 of the pan. Okay, that's what that means in terms of this
So
story.
everyone gets 1/15 of the pan.
1/15 of the pan. What does that 1/15 mean? It means each person in his class will get 1/15 of the pan. So we'll cut up one pan into 15 pieces, the other pan into 15 pieces, and you get 2 brownies.
I like brownies.
Because you get 2 out of 30.
I'll take it.
Okay, makes sense? All right. Feel a little bit better about the activity. I got the feeling a lot of you didn't do it,
Okay.
or you
Yeah.
didn't know what to ask. And sometimes you don't know what to ask. All right, practice problems. Those of you sitting in front of me, you have rulers in your desk. Take out the ruler and draw me a square with a side length of 7 centimeters. While they are doing that, those of you at home, can you predict the perimeter for me? Put it in the chat. Those of you at home, predict the perimeter. Put it in the chat. Hit enter. Okay, so I've got predictions of 28 centimeters, 9 centimeters, and 7 centimeters. Okay? So if we drew this, here is 7. Now I'm going to come up. We're going to call it 7. Now I want you to predict the diagonal. Those of you at home, predict the diagonal. So the diagonal goes here. Put it in the chat. Hit enter. Anybody else want to predict? Skylar and Rebecca said 9. Any other predictions? No? All right, I have a question. Is it going to be longer, shorter, or the same as the size? What do you think? The diagonal?
Shorter.
Shorter. So you think it might be 6 something? Okay. 6 point, I'll just put something for your guess. Okay. Okay. Does anybody think it's exactly 7? No? Okay. All right, those of you that drew it, measure the diagonal for me. See how precise you are. 9 point, no, precision. You're on the centimeters, you can do 9 point something. Is it almost to 10?
No, it's right in the middle.
Really?
Yeah.
When I did it, it was 9.9.
Oh.
9.5?
Yeah,
Okay.
we got right in the middle.
Okay.
And
Alright.
that's gonna be that.
I'm not gonna argue about 4/10 of a centimeter.
Okay, so that's B.
So B, we know the perimeter, don't we? What's the perimeter? 28. How do we know the perimeter's 28? Because to go around it is 28 feet if I add 7, 7, 7,
Square
and 7.
has 4 sides, so you can do 7 times 4, which equals
Yes,
28.
you can. Yes, you can. How close were your predictions and measurements? Well, we were right on with, except for this, but I think they misunderstood my question. So we were right on for the perimeter. And the two of you that said 9, you were very close. Haley, do you realize that it's longer? Okay. All right, how do we feel about that? And there is a formula for it. You don't know it right now. You will learn it when you get to high school. Actually, you'll learn it next
So-
year.
By the diagonal, you mean like if I took a line from the top, so it's a line through,
Yep.
diagonal line through the square, you would measure that.
Right.
So,
And I'll tell you how you figure it out. If this is side A, and this is side B, and this is side C, does that make a triangle?
yeah,
Okay, that's called a right triangle, because it's a right angle, right? Isn't that a right angle right there? Okay, the Pythagorean theorem, which you'll learn next year, says that if I take A and square it, add it to B squared, it will equal C squared. So how long is side A? 7. What is 7 squared is?
49.
So I'm gonna take 49 plus, how long is side B?
It's the same.
7.
7. I'm gonna add 49 and 49, and that's gonna equal C squared. What's 49 plus 49?
98.
Okay, now, in your calculators, those of you that are at school, clear your calculator, hit the second key up at the top. No. You hit the second key, then hit X squared. Hit the second key, hit X squared. You should now see that symbol.
12.
Okay, that symbol means square root.
square root.
We're undoing squaring. Now put 98 in there. So we want the square root of 98. Second, X squared.
That didn't work.
Is the square root just like the number that you would square by itself to find that number?
Right. So if I took 9.899494937 and multiplied it by itself, it's going to take me back to 98, but it's approximately 9.9. Okay? Square root undoes squaring. So the square root of 81 is, what times what equals 81? 9. The square root of 4 is 2.
Square root of 9 is 3.
Yep, it undoes it. Now, this isn't a perfect square that we end up estimating. Okay, because we wrong. All right, there you go. You just learned some 8th grade math. All right, in the chat, tell me the answer to A. You got 15 seconds, go. Put the answer to A in the chat. 100 times negative 900. Hit enter. There we go. Oh, interesting.
I didn't put the actual answer. Hold on.
-9.
I don't want you to tell me, I want you to put it in the chat. Alright, why is it a -9?
Because the signs are different, so they'll
Because they have different signs.
There you go, good, okay. B, -7 times -1.1, put it in the chat, do not hit enter yet. Who needs more time? Hit enter. Man, Skylar, you're fast. What is a negative times a negative?
positive.
A positive, so this should be positive 7.7. Haley, you see why? Okay. All right, C, -7 3/10 times 5. Put your answer in the chat, do not hit enter. Who needs more time? Hit enter. Ooh, I got a waterfall there. Good job, -36.5. Last one, -2/10 times -3/10. Put your answer in the chat. Do not hit enter yet. Who needs more time?
I need a sec.
Okay, we got somebody who needs a sec. Oh,
I'm good.
you're good. Hit enter. Oh, I got some that did the sucker answer. Why is this the sucker answer?
Because we forget about decimals
Yeah,
places.
decimal places. How many decimal places? 2. Okay, what if you thought of it as, would you make the same mistake? Would you say the answer was 6/10?
Well,
Because you do 2 times 3 and get 6, and then you do 10 times 10 and get 100. So the correct answer is 0.06. Okay? Sometimes fractions are the better deal, aren't they? All right. Good job. Problem 2. Or 3. A family buys 6 tickets to a show. They also pay a $3 parking fee. They spend $27 to see the show.
good for them.
Good for them.
At least it's not over.
Okay. So the family's going out for the night. That's what the story's about, right? Okay, what can we countermeasure?
Money.
Can we count 6 tickets?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, what else can we countermeasure?
$3 parking lot.
$3 parking fee and a,
They spent $27.
$27.
okay, so is that $27 the total they spent for the night?
Yes.
Everybody see that? So I'm gonna put 27 right there. Now, what makes up that $27?
The $3 parking fee.
So
plus-
can I just put $3 right here?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
and
we have to do 6 X's.
why 6 X's?
Because
So there's 6
there's 6 tickets.
And
that
are
we
we
have to-
assuming that all the tickets cost the same?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I don't wanna put individual, can I just put 6X? Are we good with that?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, can we solve this? What are we gonna do first?
Subtract 3.
Subtract 3, so we're gonna do, take that away, that becomes 24. Then what?
Divide 24 by 6.
24 divided by 6 equals 4. What does that 4 mean in this story?
$4 per ticket.
Awesome, $4 per ticket. Did I lose anybody?
No.
Tape diagram's getting a little easier. I think so. All right, can I erase? So we can do problem 2? All right, Diego has 27 ounces of juice. He pours equal amounts for each of his 3 friends and has 6 ounces left for himself. What is the story about?
Diego, he has some juice.
Diego has some juice, okay? We're gonna do just like we did before. Okay, what can we countermeasure?
The 3 friends.
27 ounces, 3 friends,
6 ounces of juice left.
6 ounces of juice for him. All right, do we know the total?
27.
Yes.
What is it?
27.
That's how much he had altogether, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what did he do with that 27 ounces?
He split it up between his 3 friends.
Okay, so do we know how much each of his friends got?
No.
Is that gonna be our X?
Yes.
Okay, so X is gonna be the ounces per friend. And then what else do we know?
He
He
has
has
6
6
ounces
ounces
left
left.
himself.
So he got 6 ounces. Is it 6X or 6?
6.
Just 6, okay? What are we gonna do first?
Subtract 6.
Subtract 6. So that gives us 21.
Then divide 21.
Divide 21 by 3. So what does that 7 mean?
7 ounces of juice for each friend.
Uh-huh.
So he got less than his friend.
Yep. Y'all are getting good at this. You're impressing me. All right, can I move on? Jada works for 6 hours preparing for the art fair. She spends 3 hours on a sculpture and then paints 27 picture frames. What's the story about?
Jada preparing for art fair.
Okay, she's preparing for an art fair. What can we countermeasure?
6 hours.
6 hours,
3 hours on sculpture.
3 hours on one
27
sculpture,
pictures.
and then she has,
27
picture
frames.
okay, what is our total?
6 hours.
6 hours, good job. Okay, what did she do in those 6 hours?
She spent 3 hours on the sculpture.
So I can just take a piece and say that's the sculpture, right? Well, actually, I should have drawn it. Right smack in the middle, huh? Okay, then what did she do?
She
And she
spent the rest of her time on 27 picture frames.
So how would we show that? 27 picture frames,
27 hours.
because what is X representing?
The time
The time for,
her to paint.
For each frame.
uh-huh, time for per frame. Okay? All right, what are we gonna do first?
Subtract 3.
Subtract 3, because that's the sculpture. So that means she has 3 hours to make 27 picture frames, right?
Yeah.
All right, so what are we gonna do?
22 by 3 by 27.
There you go, we're gonna take, oh, are we gonna take 27 divided by 3 or 3 by 27?
I said 3 divided by 27.
Okay, good. Okay, that's gonna give us 1/9. Now, does that make sense? If we said 9, if we had done it the other way, would she have 9 hours per frame?
No.
No, she only worked for 6 hours, so there's no way X could be 9, right? So it has to be 1/9. So what does that 1/9 mean?
1/9 of an hour per picture.
Uh-huh, 1/9 of an hour per frame. And y'all told me you didn't like tape diagrams. You are now doing two-step equations.
Oh, yeah.
You are. And we haven't even talked about what that looks like, but you are doing them. Okay? All right, who needs more time? All right, problem 4, here's a diagram and its corresponding equation. Find the solution to the equation and explain your reasoning. Samantha, what would I do first?
Can we go ahead and draw the diagram?
If you want to. That is the diagram.
Yeah, can we go ahead and draw it?
Here, if you want to. Any ideas, Samantha? Do you want to ask friends? Okay, put in the chat what you think Samantha should do first. Who needs more time? Hit enter. Oh, somebody said me. I'm sorry, Skylar. There we go. Can you see it, Samantha? Okay, do you see why they're saying subtract 11? We've got this piece of 11 over here. We need to make it go away so that all I've got left is x's here. Because right now I can't divide because they're not even pieces. Okay, so if I take away 11 here, that leaves me with 10. Let me show it to you mathematically. We aren't going to do this till next week, but I think y'all are ready for it. I put an upside down T at the equal sign. What did I just do? What did I do over there? Subtracted 11. Okay? Notice this is positive 11. I put negative 11 with it because they cancel each other out. There's 0 pair, right? If I do negative 11 on this side, what do I have to do to that side to keep it balanced? I have to do the same thing. That's where I crossed out here. Okay, I am left with 6x equals 10. Is that what I have showing here? Okay, now what are you going to do next? You're going to, so I'm going to do my upside down T again. I'm going to divide that by 6. I'm going to divide that by 6. 10 divided by 6 is
About 1.7.
1.66666. Now,
1.7.
it doesn't terminate, so we're going to change it into a fraction because 6 repeating is 2/3. Okay? So here you would have just told me to take the 10, divide it by 6, and that would give me the 1 2/3. Equation-wise, that's my expectation. But we're not there yet. But I think you all have enough understanding of what I just did. See how it all ties together? I didn't learn equations this way. I wish I did. Because the picture makes sense with what you're supposed to do first and second. Okay? All right, who needs more time? Nobody? All right. Last question. We tried this in first quarter to do it on the whiteboard app and it didn't work. It was too small, so I'll just do it with you. All right, plot these points on the coordinate plane. 3, 2. Where is that going to be? Which quadrant? This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Which quadrant is it going to be in? 1, okay. So I'm going to go 3 to the right and up 2.
Yeah.
Okay, this is 3, 2, and this is point A. All right, you can just sketch it on your paper if you want to. You don't have to draw all the lines. Remember I talked about you could do this? There's your 3, 2. Okay. All right, Then B is 7.5, comma 2. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, or fourth quadrant? Are they both positive?
Yeah, so. for
Where is X and Y positive?
1.
In the first quadrant. So we're gonna go 7.5 and up 2. And this is point B. Point C is 7.5 and negative 2.5.
Would it be 4?
It's gonna be in 4 because this is gonna be positive and down is gonna be negative. So 7.5 is over here. And negative 2.5 is right there.
Go across 7.5 and down 2.5.
Okay, so that's C. D is at 3 comma negative 2. Which quadrant? 4 again, so 3 comma negative 2 is right here. It's not making a perfect rectangle, it's making a quadrilateral, but it's not making a rectangle. But that's okay, we don't need it to. All right, we've now plotted it. What is the vertical difference between D and A? All right, first, what does vertical mean?
Up and down.
Up and down.
Up and down. That's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. All right, so we're talking up and down. We want that line right there. Now, they said difference. When you subtract, order matters. We forgot that when we took the test. I don't know how many times I wrote for question 2. Was that the one with the pelicans and all that? I wrote, order matters. What are they wanting us to do?
When you find the difference.
They want us to find, and that does not show up.
You could just go wider.
They want us to find D minus A. How do I know that? What order did they tell me to do with it? D and A, right? Okay. Are we talking the X coordinate are we going to be subtracting or the Y coordinate? Well, look at them. What are their X coordinates? They're the same thing.
Yeah.
That would give us 0. We know that's not true, right? So we're talking the Y. And remember, vertical is the Y axis, right? Okay, so we need D. What is the value of Y and D? Negative 2 minus, what's the value in A? 2. So what is the answer?
Negative 4.
0.
Look at it again.
Negative 4.
Why is it negative 4 and not 0?
Because if you copy change opposite, then
Subtracting a positive is the same thing
it would
as
be negative 2.
adding a negative. Okay, so this is going to be negative 4. That's why I want you to change subtraction to adding the opposite. Because you'll look at that every time and you'll go 0. All right, now, write an expression that represents the vertical distance between B and C. How do we find the distance between two things? So we add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Subtract. So it looks like we have B minus C. But what do we know about distance?
It's always positive.
It's always positive. So if I put absolute value around that, will that make it positive?
Yes.
Okay? If it's already positive, will it make it negative?
No.
No.
It'll stay constant.
All right, so we're still talking vertical. So I'm talking which coordinate? The X coordinate or the Y coordinate? The Y. So I need B's Y is 2 minus C's Y is
Negative 2.
negative 2.5. put it in absolute value. There's your answer. They don't want the answer. They want the expression. Can you tell me the answer?
Yeah.
What is the answer?
4.5.
4.5. Subtracting a negative is the same thing as adding a positive. And it would have been positive 4.5 no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay? Questions? Did I leave anybody in the dust? Awesome. Anybody need more time? No, we took a little bit more time than I wanted to, but we spent time doing the activity, which I thought was important. All right, next steps. Upload your notes, what we just did, onto the practice problem Google slide. And if y'all would do this on a daily basis, Friday's gonna be a piece of cake. Okay? You have independent practice on Khan Academy. Make sure you're doing the correct one, writing expressions, word problems. I put it as due today, so that way you would know it was the one you should do today. Work on Imagine Math. We only had in this class Josiah, yay! Let's do snaps for Josiah. I do snaps instead of clap. Matthew Schaefer, snaps for Matthew. Rebecca, snaps for Rebecca. And Seth Henry, snaps for Seth. Okay? All right, and then before tomorrow, please look through the slides. Maybe do the activities, but at least look through the slides. Okay? All right, get to work on that Khan Academy. I will stay on if you need help.
Can we leave Zoom?
You can leave Zoom.
Bye, Miss Lou.
Bye. Have a good evening. Bye.
See you.
Toodaloo.
Bye, Miss Lou.